Hi, this is Patterson with the Handyman Toolbox. Thanks for coming to my video today. Today we're going to talk about how to install hardy plank backing board for tile. Now, one of the first things you want to make sure that you do is completely get all the nails up and any glue or anything like that that's going to cause ripples in the hardy board. Now, with hardy board, I recommend using this because they do have lines in here. I'm going to show you a close-up in a second. And it's easy to score and to break off and to use any way that you want to use there. Plus, they have already some circles where you put the screws in. So I like that. It's already kind of formatted out. Now, I'm in a kitchen, and one of the first things that you're going to see here is where the water line comes in. This happens to be installed through the flooring, and I had to notch out this here, and also, I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a wire that the security people had just kind of come up at an angle through the basement and into the wall into the next room. So I had to work around those obstacles as well. Again, before you lay the hardy plank, the hardy board, make sure that everything's swept up, all the nails are up and everything like this, and then you just go ahead and start laying them out. These sheets, I got these at Home Depot. And by the way, I'm not being paid by them, so that's a freebie. They come in a 3x5, and so you got to kind of figure out what your space is, and then figure out this is a 12x12. So actually, I'm using approximately 8 to 9 pieces, and I'm going to have to piecemeal some of the corners over here and around the cabinets to my right. So you just lay these out, and what I did here to score this is I just use a jigsaw and just cut out the notches here. So now we've got it laid out, now we're ready to go ahead and start installing with the screws. I'm going to show you what kind of screws to use. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to highlight this a little bit where you can see these lines coming through, but you've got some areas right here that are already, what I like about the hardy board is they have little squares, 1-inch squares, to where they're already indented into the facing. Plus they have circles here where you put the screw in. So that's what we're going to do right now. And I'm using special screws, and these are for putting in the hardy board. So I'm going to take this and just go right down into it. Now, what I usually do is put out about a handful of the screws here, and then I'll work from there going along. Now, because I'm working with adjacent pieces, I want to make sure that everything's lined up and I don't have to come in later and make any adjustments. So I'm going to line everything up, get everything done, and then let me adjust this. There we go. So then I just go, once I get that in and get my line, what I do is just keep on working both sides of this. And it doesn't matter what pattern you use, just make sure that these screws go all the way down into the hardy board. You don't want anything sticking up at all, and if it does, just take a hammer and hammer on back into it. So I'm going to keep on going all the way around. You can't use too much screws, so don't worry about that. Then along this board right here, around the wall, I'm going to do the same thing. Just hit every circle that's already marked for you. So, like I say, just fill in all the circles all the way around to make sure that it's completely secured. And you do this throughout the entire room that you're working on, every board. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is go ahead and get some knee pads, because working on my knees like this is going to pay its price. So I'm going to stop the video right now and get my knee pads on. Now the cool part about this, and I'll show you in just a second, are these are engraved already when they're prefab. They're already made with the 1-inch squares. So I've got a tool here, and this is specifically designed for scoring. So I've already marked the I've marked the place where I want to go, and I just simply take the scoring tool, follow the groove, very elementary, Watson, and we go all the way through, score it. Now what I want to do here is place a board under here, kind of get me started, and then put a little bit of pressure on this area right here, and this should just start giving way. There we go. All right. Now I could have, and I'll probably do this next time, score it a couple of times through, get a deeper cut on it, because I don't want to break it like it just has happened there. Let me adjust this camera, kind of show you what I've done. And so all you do is just take it and go with it. Go slowly, and that should break loose just like you do there. If it breaks apart like it did here, it's no big deal, because you're going to piece it together anyhow. Now, as you can tell here, what's happened is I've actually broke the end of it. I wanted it to stay in all in one piece idealistically, but that's okay. What we're going to do is do the same thing we did before. Score this a couple of times. Okay. Take it and basically just break it like that. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to do an outtake on that one. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. It won't matter, because we're going to go and lay it down like so, and then I'm good. So now what I do is just take some screws and screw this in. Then again, I'll just come back over here, sit inside the screw. Okay, like that. They will embed themselves, so it's no big deal. Just going like so. Make sure you catch it on either side. Now, one of the things you want to make sure that you use when working with tile is go ahead and invest in some good knee pads. The reason is because if you get the cheap kind of your knees and the pressure is just going to wear out, the little foam kind you can get for a few bucks, just go ahead and get one wherever you can. Get a high quality one. Protect your knees. The worst thing you can do is wake up the next day and your knees are killing you. Okay? So that's an important tip for working with tile. This is Rick Patterson with the Handyman Toolbox. See you next time. By the way, before you leave, make sure that you register. Click the link below. Register here, subscribe on this channel, And also click the link below. You're going to go to TheHandymanToolbox.com, register there for the 1,000th person that registers. You won't know who it is until we contact you. We are going to get your mailing address and find out where you're going to get your free tool just simply by registering and being the 1,000th subscriber. Go ahead and click now. Good luck to you. See you then.